What's a simple thing someone can do to better their life?
Compliment people behind their backs. It seriously reduces the drama you have to deal with in your day-to-day life. Especially do it to coworkers.
Show up on time. People feel that their time is respected if you do, and you keep adding to your accountability and credibility bank.
Sufficient sleep, and hobbies.
Exercise. It really helps if you're dedicated and consistent with it. Have achievable short-term goals, and reward yourself appropriately when you achieve them.
Drink more water.
Children of porn stars, when and how did you find out your parents were porn stars, and what is your most awkward moment with them?
Mom is a porn star. I asked her, found her price list online, and videos on an old laptop she'd given me. Actually not that awkward when I mentioned it, but still weird. Found out a teacher at my private high school did porn. Gore porn at that. Once the word reached administration, she was not offered a role teaching for the following year.
You have the ability to freeze time, but only when your eyes are closed. How do you use this power?
I can think of comebacks in a blink of an eye.
Take a really long nap without sleeping through my responsibilities. Well, I guess that my full night's rest would be over in a second. I'd probably play PlayStation all night, get another full night's sleep at 7 AM, then go to work. I would get so much sleep, yet never spend a moment sleeping. Man, that would be so amazing.
Hours and hours of saxophone practice. Don't need eyes if you play by ear.
Does this mean you look like you never blink to other people? I mean, every time you blink, time stops for a second and resumes when you open your eyes. So,
what's something the internet killed that you miss?
BBS systems. When I was a kid, there were local bulletin board systems. We chatted, we left messages, arranged Doom death matches and played door games. Then you'd see those people in real life, at school and user meetups. It was all local. Nintendo power.
Just going over to your friend's house or the park unannounced to see if they were there and hang out. I miss the feeling of walking into a Blockbuster, but still appreciate the convenience of streaming.
What is one of the saddest things you've done to avoid socializing, such as hiding in the bathroom?
I just flat out walked out of high school midday. I had no plan, just wandering for 3 hours panicking over what was going to happen. But I'd had enough. Peeing in a bottle in my bedroom so I wouldn't have to walk by the people in my living room to get to the bathroom.
Pretend to answer a phone call when approaching someone.
Taking a much longer route that people will never be on. I used to be able to make myself puke simply by eating too much cheese. So if I didn't want to go somewhere, I would eat a lot of cheese and have to cancel the plans.
German redditors, how do you view your World War II veterans? Do people just not talk about it, or is it viewed with admiration?
My grandparents from my mother's side both were active in the war, but never really liked talking about it. This was a very shameful time for us, so nothing to be proud of.
As a reference, many veterans in the United States have special license plates, hats, and other clothing that had the war, and who they served with on it. I am not asking this with any judgment, but strict curiosity.
The 90s had the internet, the 2000s had the war on terror. What are some things that have happened in the 2010s that will be remembered for decades to come?
Smartphones, we depend on them.
How everyone had a weird obsession with Angry Birds in 2011 and won't acknowledge it later afterwards.
The decline of cable TV and the rise of subscription-based streaming services like Netflix and Hulu.
Can't really say until the decade is over. Hindsight is 2020.
An entire generation of kids uploading every embarrassing moment of their lives.
The evolution of memes from white text to the monstrosities they are now.
What's something that people think is normal, but was actually child abuse?
My parents used to get mad and tell me about how much worse it is for other people anytime I expressed any emotions. As a result, I'm an adult who is commonly out of touch with my emotions.
My dad used to grab me by the hair when I didn't listen. There was a time or two I was lifted off the ground or dragged up the stairs by my hair. Ouch.
Parents who pick on their kids and ruin their self-esteem under the guise of tough love.
Using the kid's shame as a punishing tool. When I was a kid I shat myself and I had to go home. Everybody in my class knew about it. Now imagine a parent using that as ammunition.
What video game do you wish you could experience again for the first time?
Age of Mythology. It's not cost that bothers me but rather the fact it doesn't run well on Windows 10. Jak and Daxter.
Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
World of Warcraft. It felt like such a massive world with so much to explore. WoW was a really amazing experience when I first started playing it.
GTA San Andreas.
Portal. There was a time I believed in cake.
RuneScape 2007.
Who is the random stranger that you'll never forget?
Some kid selling water near a DC landmark. I really just remember his catchphrase. Don't let dehydration ruin your vacation.
The guy I saw with his dick hanging out of a hole cut in his shorts, rubbing it on Goodwill furniture.